Hey, what's up with it, King? What's up with it, Queen? You already know who it is. It's your big brother, Demont Pope, aka Mr. Purpose Over Pointless Excuses. Yeah, you are now tuned in to the Live in Purpose podcast with yours truly. We got B Rad the Great, aka Brad Butler the Second. You already know who else we got in here. We got Cornelius Shackelford, aka Cornelius the CEO. Listen, we're gonna be doing this one without our brother Logan Taylor, but we shouting him out, aka why be normal when you be extraordinary. But look, check it out. Before we get into it, I just want to ask my guys how we doing today. How we doing, fellas? I'm gonna start with you, Corn. How you doing?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm great. Just running around, staying busy.
Yeah,
Wife
yeah.
asked me to go to the store like right before I had to do this, so you know
I
how that
got it.
married life go.
You gotta handle that. Yeah, I know how that married life go. You feel me?
Like, can you run to the store real quick? Like right now,
Yes.
right
Right now,
now?
I
Okay,
got it.
I
I
gotta
got
go
it. I
right
got
now.
it.
Then let's do it.
That is. So, Brad, what's up with you, my bro? How you feeling today, man? Temperature check.
I'm good. As y'all can see, I decided to sit my behind down today because bro, all this running I've been doing, all this running around, all this the work that I've been doing, bro. I
Yeah,
said, you know what? Let me just sit down for a little while, bro. I'm so used to
yeah,
being up and going and constantly being on the move that it ain't often that I actually just sit down for a minute. And I'm sure that's something my wife will attest to. She'd be like, okay, he's sitting down, good. Sit down somewhere. Sat down
sat down
somewhere.
somewhere.
But nah, man, for the most part, bro, I'm good. I can't complain. But we're about to get back to the grind. About to get back to doing even more work. So yeah, we good.
Man, that's what time it is. That's what we doing. We working, whether we working for the family, because Corn talked about doing that work for the wifey. You know, when the wifey give us a job, bro, we got to get it done. You did what I'm talking about. And Brad, you over here all over the place, man. We see the moves you making, so we definitely understand why you sitting down today. You know what I mean? Because I was gonna ask that question, because you know your bro be having questions. I'm like, my man usually stand up every time, but today he's sitting down. Why? Because you've been putting that work in. And that's gonna bring me to the topic, guys. We finna jump right off in here. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in with the fantastic force on the Live in Purpose podcast. Yeah, we done did the wellness check, temperature check. Now it's time to put this work in, y'all. So look, this what was on my mind, fellas, as we were thinking about what we were gonna talk about, right? How we gonna bring extra value, how we gonna add to the listeners and viewers, like how we gonna add purpose to their lives. And I thought about opportunities. I thought about the fact that all of us have been having some amazing opportunities, right? But these opportunities didn't just fall out the sky. Like it wasn't an accident that these opportunities are coming our way, right? That's the reason why we're weary at times. We're tired at times because we're putting in work, right? So we need to maximize our rest time as well as maximize our execution time. So opportunities, fellas. But I realized as we were getting all these opportunities, I'm thinking back a while back, a couple years ago, and some of these opportunities we didn't have. Some of these opportunities, fellas, I'm feeling like we didn't even know would exist for us. Or maybe that was just me. So as I'm thinking about these opportunities and I'm realizing, wow, these opportunities are coming back to back consistently, but it's not effortlessly. It was some effort put into it. And I realized that it was one word that continues to bring these opportunities. One word. And guys, that word is impact. Yeah, impact. So what I'm saying, fellas, is impact creates opportunities. Yeah, impact creates opportunities in a way that I tell you what, despise not small beginnings, right? Because it's those small moments that create big opportunities, right? It's those moments when ain't nobody looking at you. The moments before we get on the big stage. What's your work ethic look like? I think somebody said it to me. I don't remember who they got the quote from, but what they said was somebody is like people always want. They got league dreams with a backyard work ethic. League dreams with a backyard work ethic. Shout out to the coach who originated that quote. Forgive me for not remembering the name, but impact creates opportunities. So when you're working for that league dream or you're working for that goal, right? What is your work ethic like? Are you making impact in the lives of the people who you are encountering in your work? Whether it be speaking like we're doing, whether it be services business, right? Whether it be on your job, in your family, like Cornelius was just talking about impact, because the impact that he makes in his family creates opportunities for his family. It creates opportunity for his wife to know that she can trust him with a simple assignment, even if it comes at an inopportune moment. I'm talking about impact creating opportunities. What opportunities does that create for Cornelius? Well, it creates an opportunity for peace and happiness in the household. And we all know what that marriage look like if it ain't peace in the household. So impact creates opportunities. And with that said, I'm gonna jump right to you, Cornelius. I want you to talk about how impact has been creating opportunities in your life.
Yeah, man, it's 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 crazy because like you only you only are blessed to your level of impact,
Mm,
right? People only see how much impact you're having on your community, your family. Like people can say whatever they want to say, but the impact shows. It's in what we do, right? It's in what we're showing you and what you see. You can see impact, right? You can feel impact.
mm-hmm.
You can hear thought. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like what people see and what they feel allows them to tap into like what you truly are capable of,
Mm,
right? And it allows them to see your potential. And that's kind of what you're seeing right now in all of our lives. Like we've been so dedicated and consistent with having impact
yeah.
on somebody else, on having impact on staying dedicated to our families, right? We've been having so much impact in so many different areas that what we represent is evident now,
Mm-hmm.
right? What we represent is evident, and not just just us. Like people are looking at the amount of impact you having in certain areas of your life, and they're putting a value on that,
Yeah.
right? So even when you go into the workplace, say you working for somebody else, like the level of impact you have on your employees or your superiors or the people that you train, and like you add value,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just by the level of impact that you have, and no matter what position you hold it. And I've always prided myself on being able to impact whatever it is that I'm doing far greater than what they had before I got there.
Mm,
Right? I want them to be able to see and feel a difference, right? And that goes back to that quote: "How you do anything is how you do everything." And that's how I drill that into my kids. Like not getting down and not getting focused on one thing, because you get bogged down on a missed opportunity. The adversity is going to happen, but like the level of impact after the adversity, during the adversity, going into the adversity, like who are you when you going into that? Like how much can you impact this situation in a positive light,
wow.
right? And so, man, impact is everything. But I think everybody should be seeking out impact over income. Like the income will follow.
Listen, hold up, Corn. Listen, I ain't know if you was gonna give me an opportunity to do this, but you did. I need you to run that back, right? I need you to run that back for the people in the back and say it louder for the ones who don't hear that. We need to be pursuing what over what?
Got to pursue impact over income. A lot of people chasing the bag, right?
Yeah,
But truly, you should be chasing people. How can you make someone's life better? How can you solve a problem, right? How can you add value to any room or any situation? How can you solve a problem to someone that's going through something? How can you present somebody with an opportunity that's really going to change their life for the better?
come on, man.
That's
So
when
you
people
talking
want to pay
about
you.
So you talking about how can you present somebody with an opportunity in the process of making impact, right? And that impact creating opportunity for you simply because you created an opportunity for somebody else. Is that what you saying, Corn?
Absolutely.
I
Like
love it.
it's hard to get paid when people don't see the way that you can impact and serve their community.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard. It's hard. Like you going in asking for something and you ain't giving nothing. The world don't work that way, right? So
Wow.
when you go in, bro, the first thing I'm asking, like, man, like how can I serve you? Like
Yeah.
what pain points are you having? Like, is there anything that my program can do? How can our programs come together and serve your students?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I mean, like, what are you guys dealing with? Is there anything specific?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then I listen. And then once they give me what they need, I want to serve that need. I don't want to go in there and give them what I want to give them. I want to serve their need. They got a problem. Like I want to
Yeah.
solve it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
impact.
And look, what I was just about to say, what that does, it creates the opportunity for you to make impact with them because right off the bat, Coin, they know that you care. And you know, this is what we do. And I'm getting excited because I'm about to get Brad off in this conversation real quick. But I gotta mention and highlight and pull out the fact that you said you come to serve, right? You come to serve, right? Before you talk about income, you're talking about impact. And I'm familiar with. I just had a conversation, y'all. True story. Just had a conversation. Y'all know, was it yesterday? I did 3 schools in one day, right? And I had some people from our academy shadowing me, right? So they were in the office when I was having a conversation, doing a debriefing with the principal in one of the schools where I'm facilitating my mentoring program, right? The Purpose Over Pointless Excuses mentoring program. So listen, the principal, that was his main thing. He was like, anytime he sits across the desk from someone who wants to come into his school and introduce a program or a curriculum or introduce a presentation or workshop, he always examined the flow of the conversation. And he said what he's looking for is within the first 15 seconds of the conversation, he can tell if this person is about to start asking about what their budget is. He can tell if this person is about to start asking the probe to find out what they can get from the school. So what you just let us know, Corn, is you confirmed that what my man told me yesterday, right? In that meeting is in fact actual truth. And you are on a journey, on a mission to create first a selfless service. You're creating a selfless service. And then in return of that, it creates the opportunity for them to say, wait, he's created something of value. Now I have to find a way, right, to show that I appreciate the value from the level of service that he just gave us. And with that being said, Brad Butler, I'm finna tag you in. B Rad the Great. Let's talk about this impact creating opportunity. Tell us about a time where impact created opportunity in your life. Or if you want to jump in on something that me and Cornelius were talking about over here.
Now I'm gonna keep it going with what Cornelius was just saying.
Let's
I
do
mean, I'll be honest with you. If you're not creating impact, what are you doing?
it. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What we talking what we talking for? What you around me for? Like if you just there, with an idle mind and just letting your life sitting on idle, like you just get like the car of your life, the vehicle of your life is you have set in neutral. Like it's just sitting there. It's not going nowhere. Like you just there. Like that doesn't work for me. That's wasted potential. Like because each and every last one of us have the ability. Here's the crazy thing: we all have the ability to impact somebody's life positively.
Come on, bro. Run that back. Run that back for the people in the back and say it a little bit louder for the ones who ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, yo, we all, every last one of us, has the ability to impact somebody's life in a positive manner. We all do. Now, the problem is there's so many individuals out there who believe that their gift, their talent, or whatever it is that they have to offer isn't special. And the only reason why you think that it's not special is because you idolize other people's gifts and you downplay yours. And then, of course, you were born with your gift. You were born with the talents that you have. And because you were born with them, you don't believe anything is special about them.
Wow.
But that's wrong. Every last one of us has the ability to create a positive impact in people's lives. The thing is, you have to be selfless. You have to realize that, you know what, whatever it is that I'm about to do in this situation, it can't be about me. Even when I get on stage and I speak, I've been told by my mentors, it's not what I said, it's what they heard. So I have to be mindful of that when I'm going in and I'm talking to and I'm having these sit downs, right? With the principals, the vice principals, the superintendents, the counselors, right? The directors. When I'm having conversations with them, just like Cornelius said, I'm trying to solve a problem for you. I'm trying to use my expertise to solve a problem for you. I'm not going in there just throwing my price on the table. Hey, give me this amount of money for me to do this. I'm telling you what the scope of everything is going to be, and y'all going to do that. Like, I don't know how far that's going to get you if that's your approach.
Right.
If that's your approach, I don't know how far you're going to get because your heart isn't in it. Like my thing is y'all know above all other things, integrity is the biggest thing for me. So whether I get the opportunity to work with a school or individual or not, I'm still going to lead with my integrity.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't change. I'm still going to lead with wanting to leave an impact on the school, leave an impact on the students. I want to make sure that when I leave, the school is changed. The culture is changed. They're not looking at school the same way. Like they're not looking at their environment the same way. They legitimately believe that they're capable of creating positive change in their environment. It's possible for them to do more, right? That's my thought process when it comes to me going to the schools and talking to the kids and the staff members and everything. And like the big conference that I just did, I'm going in. I was going in that on that in that conference because I wanted them to realize that what they do has a direct impact on people's lives. It has a direct impact on the students' lives. So 800, whatever, 700 or more educators that were in the room, I know I walked away from that situation and somebody was changed. Mm-hmm. Somebody looked at things differently. How do I know? Because people were coming up to me saying it. Yeah. Talking to me afterwards. They purchased the book. They wanted to tell me about situations that they dealt with and things like that. That's how you know you made an impact on somebody's life, when they feel like they need to talk to you about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That instant feedback. Right? That's instant. That. Yeah, it builds that credibility, because sometimes we walk off the stage just not knowing if we gave everything we needed to give. But then when they come back and confirm, right, that our service was good, right? When in our mind, we want to ask that we meet or exceed your expectation. But when they come back and give that immediate feedback, Brad, I know you felt like, and you knew in that moment that you had exceeded expectations. Am I right?
Oh, I felt like I planted seeds in good soil.
Come on, man. Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Talk about it. Like that's what it's all about. Like, it's the impact of it all. It's and here's the thing, because I know we're talking about how impact creates opportunities. Right. If you take full advantage of the opportunities that are placed in front of you, someone told me before, if you take full advantage of the opportunity or that's placed in front of you, it'll create opportunities for another opportunity. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Come on. I like that, though. Run it back for the ones in the back. Say it loud for the ones who ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, if you take full advantage of the opportunity, it will create opportunities for another opportunity. Like, you think that people or we're doing the work that we're doing just off of, I don't know, like emails and, phone calls. And yes, those things help. But it's something about somebody being in the room after you've given a presentation and you've moved that person. Like, you've moved them emotionally to the point where they're like, I got to meet them. I got to talk to them. I got to get their card. I got to get their book. I got to get close to them. I need to have them in this building with my kids. I need to have them around, because it's something about this person and their story and the way that they deliver a message that makes me feel like we need that. That's what the game's been missing, right? So when you're able to do that and move somebody in that way because you're being genuine. Yeah, see, like y'all have seen me speak before. Y'all know when I get up there and I speak, it's not really ain't a near thing written. I wish I would try to write something down. Bro, I fumble and bumble all over my cards. I'd be and Cornelius, me and you didn't had a conversation about it. I could potentially be dyslexic. So I wish I would get up there and try to read some note cards, bro. I'm reading stuff backwards. Nah, bro, I ain't about to make a fool out of myself like that. I get up there and I speak from my heart because I know that is where the biggest impact lies. There's times I get up there, or there's times when I speak or I do different things, or I'm working with somebody, and I know I had a certain thing that I was supposed to do, a certain thing that I was supposed to say, but something tells me you need something else. I need to take this, steer this conversation in a different direction, because that's what you need. And that comes from me wanting to create impact, not being so concerned about the income that comes from the conversation.
Now listen, you said something heavy there, bro. That's what I'm saying. You tying it right back to what Cornelius was talking about, bro. You leaning heavy on the impact and not the income. Because listen, when we chase purpose, right? We chase purpose, the finances are inevitable. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you enter a situation, let's talk about that room full of 700-800 educators, right? Because in today's climate, and all three of us, we speak in the school space. Logan is not here, but that would make four of us. All of us speak in the educational school spaces. And one thing we know is sometime in today's climate, these educators are going through some things with these students, and they forget why they signed up to do what they're doing. They forget why they answered the calling. They forget that it was purpose work. They forgot that they were directly making impact in the kids' lives, the future leaders' lives. Like there's nobody who is successful today that didn't go through a teacher in some form, right? Or a coach in some form. So when you stood up in front of that room of 700 or 800 educators and reminded them of why they do what they do, right? And then you got that instant feedback. That's evidence of the impact, right? And then you said something else that was phenomenal, and I made you run it back. You said that once you did you say once you take full advantage of
Mm-hmm.
the opportunity, it creates an opportunity for another opportunity. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
So full advantage. Now, when you're just focusing on chasing that bag, shout out. Look like we got Dalton Lynn on here. I see you, bro. What's
My
up with
guy.
it? Yeah, I got. So check it out. A lot of people are chasing that bag. You said it. Like Corn, you said it. B, you alluded to it. Like they chasing that bag. But here's the problem. When you chase that bag, right, you lose focus on the direction. Right? I know I lost somebody, so I'm gonna run that back because we're talking about impact, creating opportunity. So when you chase that bag, right, you lose sight of direction because wherever the bag go, that's where you gotta go. But
Mm-hmm.
see, the bag may necessarily go in a different direction than the position you are supposed to be in, the position you are purposed, the position you are called to be in. So we get caught up sometimes, y'all, because we chase that bag and we be like, oh, well, everybody else is over here doing that and it's paying off for them. But what we do is we get out of position, and we get out of position when the opportunity presents itself. We're not in position, right, to take full advantage of that opportunity because we were chasing the bag, not knowing that the bag was supposed to be chasing us because of the impact that we're creating. You get what I'm coming from? So I don't want the people to get it twisted and say that, well, we're telling them not to worry about the finances. No, 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 no. We're not telling you not to worry about the finances, but we're telling you to worry about the impact. Focus on the impact, then the income will suddenly be chasing you down because you'll create so much impact. Guess what? You got to come back. Or guess what? I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that can use your services. So Cornelius, talk to us a little bit about what do you, first of all, what you think about Brad dropping this bomb on us with this taking full advantage of the opportunity,
Hey,
creating an opportunity for another opportunity. Talk about that.
that's clutch because like it's so powerful because like man, so many people get opportunities
Yeah.
and they don't take it serious or they half do it or they get nervous. They don't prepare enough to, you know what I'm saying, go in there strong and do what they're capable of doing.
Mm.
And the problem with that is that you not only rob those people of, you know what I'm saying, like being able to get everything that they need to get from you so you can take their life to the next level,
Yeah.
but you also rob yourself of the next opportunity, like Brad was saying. Like people, they want to be impacted. People are looking for it. People are seeking other people to pour into them, right? And so if you go in and you do a half job or do half of what you're capable of because you didn't fully prepare for it, you're gonna rob yourself of future opportunities because now none of those people really feel like that you did them a good service.
Wow.
They feel like you did a disservice, and they kind of talking about like, we don't know about dude, like,
Yeah.
and so ain't nobody looking to give you no referrals, ain't nobody looking to give you no testimonials, ain't nobody really feeling like you impacted their life to go back and get and pour into these kids, and so you mess yourself up on two fronts. One, you're not gonna get you gonna it's gonna be hard to get more business, but two, you didn't actually go in to do what you were supposed to do. You was called to do, which is impact people's lives. That's 700 people that leave still on E that came to get filled up.
That's heavy. And then look, you doing some heavy lifting today, Coin. Like I'm gonna be honest, man. I didn't know I wasn't really prepared for the workout today because you said something, bro. Like you and Brad, y'all off the chain today, but it's all right. I'm not gonna throw nothing at y'all. I told y'all I was gonna bring something and be prepared to just start throwing stuff at y'all, right? But you use this word preparation. Coin, you use this word preparation, and that's important because as we were thinking about what to discuss and which direction we was going to take this, the word opportunity, right, it was in the forefront, but then it was associated with the word preparation, and we went with impact creates opportunity. But how can you make the impact if you're not prepared for that opportunity? Right. I'm gonna run it back. Impact creates opportunities, but how can you create the impact if you're not prepared for the opportunity to create the impact? Right. A lot of people step into situations and they just expect impact to happen. No, you have to be intentional about impact. Like Brad said something that I can definitely relate to. Like, cause you're not alone, bro. Like, I've tried it. I tried to write down the whole keynote and fumble and bumble all over it. Like I got two left feet. You dig what I'm saying? And guess what? I realized that when you draw from the passion, the authenticity of the moment, and you give somebody what they need right now in this moment. Now, for somebody, some of us, all of us don't have the same gifts and talents. Like some of you guys out here listening and watching us, you better be writing it down. Right. This didn't just come overnight. Like this is something that it's our purpose. It's our calling, right? It's the way we're wired, the way we're designed, but we've also studied to show ourselves approved. We've also gotten reps in, and we also consistently getting reps. We're getting reps in right now. Every time we open our mouths, we're getting reps in because we're what? We're preparing for the opportunity. The opportunity to do what? The opportunity to make impact. Impact on who? Whoever, whenever, wherever. We always ready for whatever. We stay down for the come up. You get what I'm saying? What's up, Cohen? What you got?
Yeah, so I wanna like transition. I know we speak a lot about speaking, and there might be some people on here that's not speakers, and so I want to make it. I want to make it tangible because I've been around the block. I've done a lot of different businesses, right? But one business I did for about 6-7 years is athletic training. So I would train athletes, get them ready for their next level, right?
Yeah.
And it was a big facility in my town that was like the mega facility. If you wanted to go all the bells and whistles, like this is the spot to go, right? Matter of fact, I actually trained at it to get ready for the NFL Combine, so I know what it's capable of, right? So I was up against that. They were my competition, and I say this to say that. I say this to say this. When kids and their parents was actually like considering whether to go to that facility or go to me, they would come sit down with me, right? And before they asked me like, okay, well, we heard a lot about you, such and such said, you're the best in town. I just curious about how much you charge. And I say, well, before we get there, I want to see if you guys are a good fit for the program. I want to make sure that, you guys are on the same page as me because I don't just train everybody. And the reason being is because I want to make sure that the kid and the parent have similar goals. It's the only way this works, right? This is the only way that I feel like in my blueprint that we get your kid to the next level. And I want to know what level that is to them. Is it just being good in middle school? Is it just being good in high school? Is his goal to go to college or is his goal to go to the league? Those are very different plans. So I need to know what his commitment level is. And I also need to know if you're going to meet him there. Or I don't want your commitment to be league and his commitment to be, I just want to make varsity. Right. So we need to figure out if you guys are a good fit for the program. So I break it down and I add so much value in that first meeting to they don't even care what the price is now.
Right.
By the time we get done with it, they know that I'm the trainer that they want for their son or their daughter. Like I train softball kids, all kind of stuff, volleyball. But they know by the end of us talking that they know that this is the program that their kid must be in. Whatever it costs, just invoice me. They don't even care how much it costs no more.
Right.
Because the level of impact is before we even start training or start doing the work, the level of impact is so high already. The kid wants to work with me, and the parent don't want nobody else to work with their kid. So you start by adding as much impact as you can, as much value as you can, and then we start talking about money. And really, we still don't even talk about it because now you already know that I'm your guy.
Yeah. Now you going somewhere, and I like how you pivoted the direction of this because you're right. We all natural speakers, and so we speak from that aspect of our experience and our expertise. Now let's talk to this everyday person, right? Let's talk to this everyday person that ain't never had a business, right? Never even thought that they were possible to be in a business owner, perhaps, right? Let's
Right.
talk to that person that all they do, bro. Like you said, that kid, you got that one kid, their parent might have league dreams, but that kid might just want to make it to the varsity team off of JV. You get what I'm saying? You got that one kid that might just want to get into a game just off the bench one day. You know what I'm saying?
That's all he want.
That's all he want. You know what I'm saying?
saying?
So those people that get up every day and they just want to make the most out of every day, whatever situation they're in. They get up, they go to a job. It may not be a popular job. It may not even be a job that they would consider cool, but and they want to know, guys. They looking at us. They like, Demond, I hear you. I see you all over the place. I see you. Brad, I see you all over the place catching flights. Cornelius, I see you. I see Logan catching flights. I see y'all doing what y'all doing. I heard y'all talking about putting work in, but me, I just got this simple job. My job is to get up and clean the school up. My job is to get up and clean the tables after everybody eat. My job is to bring the food to the table. My job is to be the cashier or the bus driver or pick up the trash in the community, right? Like, how does that person know? And we can go around, we can bounce this back and forth. So, Cornelius, you first. How do that person know that they're making impact and that impact will create an opportunity for them in some way or form? And I know I just threw that at y'all, put that in y'all chest. So let me know if the question is too heavy.
No, it's all good. Yeah, man. I'd say give it all you got. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, with anything you do, just give it your all. Yeah. Like, you just show up and lick it. Like, bro, I don't know no other way. I'm just gonna show up and lick it. If I'm selling cars, I'm gonna show up and try to who the best here. Let me learn from him, and then I'm gonna try to compete with him. Like, I ain't just coming in trying to compete with him. Me and you gonna be best friends. I need to learn. I ain't never did this before. You know what I'm saying? And if you're willing to teach me, man, I'm willing to learn. And I did that for 3 months, and I did well. I never did it, but I just wanted to know the industry. I wanted to know because my first car got financed at 19.9%. I want to know where that number came from and how and how they was able to rob me as a kid. So I went and worked for a car dealership for 3 months to figure out the system. I'm just obsessive like that. So I say, bro, whatever you doing, just be obsessive with it. Like, go in and create so much value that they can't fire you and they want to promote you. Yeah. Like, bro, we ain't got a spot for this dude, but hey, man, we finna find somewhere to put him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I left there and went to FedEx. Drove out there. I was like one of the best carriers in the first 3 months. And it wasn't compatible because, you know, they got data. Stops per hour. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go out there and compete. Just go out there and give it your best, bro. If you go out there and give it your best, no matter what it is, bro, people going to find value. You're going to end up helping somebody you didn't even know you was trying to help them. Wow. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, bro, I appreciate that stop you got for me earlier. Yep. Like, what's up? I'm just out here killing it. You know what I'm saying? It popped up on my power pad. I was like, I'm going to go and grab it.
Yeah. Just basically just giving it 100% everything you got and whatever you're doing, becoming a student. Right, learning whatever it is that you're doing. Like, even if it don't have a fantastic or a fabulous or a popular title, like if you become a student, you study that craft, and you get around somebody that's doing that well. That's what you're telling them.
That's it. Just get around somebody that's doing it well, bro. That's like, you know, it's like same thing as finding a mentor. You can find a mentor in a regular job, right? You don't got to be an entrepreneur to find a mentor. I found a mentor in every space I've ever stepped into. Yeah. Like every space I've ever stepped into, I found a mentor. Well, I used to work at Rental Center.
You too, bro. Don't tell me you used to work at Renaissance. I thought I knew you, bro. Like how I found out on here in the middle of a podcast episode that you used to work at Renaissance. So did I, my man. So did I.
I worked at Renaissance for 4 months. I took the worst route in the district and made it the best route in the district. And the district manager came down and took me out to eat to talk to me, to meet me in person. Come on, man. And then he offered me my own store. Yeah. And then I whole time it was just like a means to an end for me. I was applying for oil field jobs.
Wow.
So I was just like, I'm gonna work here for a little bit until this oil field call me back, and then I'm gonna do it. I can in there and change the whole situation. The district manager come down to try to talk me into taking a store that they was finna build.
Now pause. Hold on. Pause right there because they missing it, bro. They missing it, and they got to catch it because we talking about impact creating opportunities. Now this is for those everyday people, right? Who they looking at us and then they start sitting back because they felt like they couldn't relate because they like, we ain't traveling, we ain't doing this. Now we talking about you on a regular job at Rent-A-Center, right? Nothing really all that fantastic about the jobs that was being done within the stores at Rent-A-Center, right? But you went in there for 4 months, Cornelius, and you did something that nobody else could do, and it created an opportunity, whether you wanted that opportunity or not, whether you took advantage of that opportunity or not, whether you liked the opportunity or not. It created an opportunity because of the impact that you had on that store and that community.
Yeah, bro, you just gotta go in and just give it your best, bro. And that's what I tell my kids, bro. Like, it'd be like, bro, I ain't make all A's. My son cried because he didn't make all A's. And he missed about 2 points. And I said, bro, it's on me. I should have called the teacher and asked for extra credit, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that you that kid. Like, you real competitive like that. You want to give it your all. I got another son that don't care. He just want to pass. They're a year apart. Told him the kids. He like, hey, I passed. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm solid. I'm good on the medals. I'm good on the. I'm straight. You feel me?
Yeah.
But my other son, like, he just built like that. He want to go in and give it his all. And I tell him, bro, like, I ain't tripping about school, bro. Like, and that's ironic because, like, I teach that, but, like, bro, I want you to give it everything you got, do your best, because it's good for you. And, you know, and the things I'm building for you now, I need you to be used to giving your best to it.
Yeah.
Right. And then 2, I want you to pass because let's not do this twice. It don't make sense.
Come on, man. One and done. One and done.
You know, let's just do this one time. But bro, it's just that culture. You just got to create that culture. Like my son that just be like, hey, I'm just trying to get by. Bro, his life gonna be harder unless he make a change. And I know it.
Wow.
His life is gonna be a lot harder than my son that just walk in and give everything he got to it just because that's the way he cut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? And I try to explain it to him, but like it's bro, people gonna they gonna be in the same environment. They got the same mama and daddy.
Yeah.
Same environment, different kids. But that's okay. Yeah. But something gotta click at some point that, bro, I just want to give my best effort so I can continue to advance in life.
Yeah.
And that's just wherever you at, bro. I left Rent-A-Center. I took that opportunity. I seen what was on the table, and then I got exactly what I wanted. Oil field came knocking. I took off and went to the oil field. Everybody was disappointed, but I got in the oil field, and bro, I was supervising and training in 10 months. I knew how to run every machine on location.
So what I'm hearing, bro. So what I'm hearing is it ain't got nothing to do with the occupation.
Nothing.
No.
Like, it ain't got nothing to do with the occupation. It got something to do with your work ethic. And I'm glad you said something, Brad, because I'm about to jump up there and holler at you right now. Like, let's talk about it to these everyday people, right? Who think that the only people that have an opportunity to live phenomenal lives are those of us who are living on the stages and traveling. Like everyday people, like Cornelius was working at Rent-A-Center, making impact because of his work ethic. Then he got the job, the opportunity he wanted, working in the oil industry, and he was also able to make impact and become a supervisor there because of the work ethic. Brad, talk to us about this work ethic and how we can create impact wherever we at. Don't matter what our occupation or our title is. Brad, what's up?
Yeah, this one's easy for me because I think most people, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is and what makes this thought pop into people's mind that, like, I just came out the womb ready to be an entrepreneur and a speaker and to get on stages and set them on fire. No, not at all. Bruh, like, most people don't even realize that I've only been a full-time entrepreneur for about 4 years, but I've had my business for 10. I've been speaking for 10 years, but I've been a full-time entrepreneur for about 4. But before that, I was working a job just like anybody else. I was working a job, and then on the side, I was doing my speaking engagements and getting paid. But most people don't even know the work that I was doing. The last job that I had, I made a promise to my wife that because I had an issue with quitting jobs. Like, I would work for 6 months, quit. Yeah, I know, Cornelius. I think we talked about this before.
Out of there.
But I was out of there, bro. Like, no, you start acting funny, I'm out of there. And I worked for a security company, and I worked there for about a year and a half, something like that. And then I left there. And then, me and my wife had a conversation. She was just like, man, like, it's like, you got to find something stable just to be able to sit still for a minute. Like, you always find a job, Brad. That's not the problem. You always bring in money. You always pay bills. Like, that's not the problem. But it's just going to be good for you to understand what stability is like, to sit still in one space and just be like, I'm fine with this. I can do this out until it's my time to actually leave, instead of abruptly leaving. So I said, fine. You know what? I made her a promise. I made God a promise. I said, you know what? The very next job, God, that you send me, I'm taking it and I ain't leaving. I'm going to stay there until it's my time to leave. Why did I say that prayer?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Why did I say that prayer? Because you already know how God is. He's humorous. He's like, oh, and the very next one, no problem. I got you. Sent me a job where I was working in a group home. So group homes are fine, right? But I end up in this particular group home was the worst group home in the state of New Jersey.
Wow.
Because of the fact that I was dealing with older male, mentally disabled males, and they all had behavior issues. They were all known to have behavior issues. So they breaking stuff, they fighting, they listen, they tearing that house up, bro.
They in there thugging, B. They
So
gangster,
it's like, if they
gangster
got
grandpas.
right. They listen, they throwing paws when you walk in the door, bro. Like, it's crazy. It'd be times I clock in automatic. They was getting it in. So I'm like, God dang. So they sent me over there and I'm working there, but I said to myself, yo, I'm not leaving. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna find a way to make this work, because just like what Corn said, he said, yo, when I step into a situation, yo, I'm gonna give this all I got. Yeah. So it was probably one of the most it was a test of my faith, to say the least. It was a test of my faith, because I never thought that I'd be in the situation that I was in, working with these males who were, mentally disabled. So they don't know what they're doing. Yeah. But you know what I mean? So I couldn't blame them. But I had clients there where, like, I had to wash them. I had to feed them. I had to bathe them. I had to change diapers. Wipe them, give them their showers, give them their medication, narcotics, meaning I had to make sure the narcotics were on point and they couldn't be off. If I gave them too much, I gave them too little, then they could have all type of episodes, right? I'm giving out insulin shots. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff that when I signed up for the job, wasn't none of this on. Wasn't none of this listed.
They didn't write that down, B.
They did not write that down. They did not say I was going to be taking rides to the hospital, for all that, and then staying overnight with them and all that. They didn't say that I was the people were going to call out on their shifts, and I would go from working an 8-hour shift to a 16-hour shift, like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they left all that out. Yeah. They left all that out. But I said, literally, and one of the situations I dealt with there, like, I was like, yo, mentally, it tested me, bro. I remember there was a client who called me the N-word 72 times in the 8-hour shift.
I count. I was just finna say, bro, I'm mad. I don't know if I'm more upset that he called you that, or the fact that you were able to count and calculate how many times.
Yeah. After a while, I just started counting.
Wow.
So it could have been more than that, but after a while, I just started counting. And mind you, I don't blame him. It's something that he learned, over time, or whatever the case may be. It is what it is. He wasn't in his right mind, so I can't blame him. But it was like just one thing after the other. It was another incident after another, and I was just like, Brad, you have got to build up the mental toughness to deal with whatever it is that they throw at you. You got to become the best in this household. And like the shift that I was working was the second shift, and they lied to me. They said they had a manager for the first shift, they had a manager for the night shift, but wasn't no manager for the middle shift. I'm like, why ain't that doesn't even make sense. Somebody got a manager shift. They're like, well, no, Brad. So you can be the acting manager for the shift, but you won't get a pay increase.
Wow.
So now you're responsible for everything that happens on the shift, but you are not getting a pay increase. And I was like, you know what? I said, because I made a promise to do this, whatever it is you throw my way,
come on, man,
I'm going to take it. I'm going to grit and bear it, and I'm going to make the best of the situation. And sure enough, before it was all said and done, I was running that shift, and I was
Did we lose Brad?
Yeah, it looked like we left Brad, man. He left off saying that he was running the shift. You know
My
what
boy
I'm
was going
saying?
hard too.
Yeah, he was going hard, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about we was really about to get some impact, man, from that opportunity. But we gonna keep it rolling, y'all, until he comes back in. He'll be back in momentarily, I'm sure. Little technical difficulties, it happens. So the thing that he's talking about, basically, if you haven't figured out, like you don't have to have a job where you're traveling the world, right? And you're speaking to hundreds and thousands of people like we do, right? Like you don't have to be a podcast host, right? And be in different countries. Like you don't have to live the life that we are living. You don't have to be an author. You don't have to be a consultant, educational or business consultant or credit repair specialist. Like you don't have to be any of these titles, but you can be the best you, right? You can be the best you that you can be. You can create impact with every opportunity that you have, right? And as you focus on making impact, the most impact, it will create opportunities,
Yeah.
excuse me, for you. And with that being said, we got Brad back. Now we want to jump back because you was going somewhere. You were taking us there. I just kind of had to kind of let them know, connect the dots, what we talking about. So come back with it, man. Let us know what you're talking about, B.
Oh, bro, they tried to get me out of here.
Yeah, they trying to get you out of here, but we ain't gonna let them do it. It ain't gonna happen.
With the
Bro,
boot.
I'm sitting there like, am I talking to myself? I think I'm talking to myself.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Sure you was.
I'm absolutely sure I was, bro. But bro, with that whole situation and everything that was happening, bro, I was just like, yo, I'm gonna make the best out of the situation. And then listen, no matter what they throw at me,
yeah.
I'm gonna figure out a way to make this thing work because you're trying to break me.
Mm.
That's what you're trying to do. But I don't care because I know I'm built from something different. And in order for me to have the opportunities that I believe I deserve in this life, I have got to create impact in situations that I don't necessarily believe at the time are beneficial for me.
Man, wait, bro. Run that back for the people in the back and say it louder for the ones who don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's for somebody, I don't know who it is. You're in a situation right now. You dealing with something right now that you like, yo, this is stupid. They ain't treating me right. Da, 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 da. But guess what? Because of that mindset that you have, you're not giving the situation all that you have. You're not creating impact within that situation. Therefore, there are no opportunities that can be given to you because you're not allowing yourself to shine. Like you're not putting yourself out there. You're not making the best out of this situation. So with me being in where I was at, with okay, I'm getting called out my name. I'm getting cussed out. People throwing stuff at me. I'm fighting with these cats and everything. I'm wrestling with them. I'm taking trips to the hospital. Where I'm getting cuts and bruises and stuff like that. My shirt getting ripped. They ripped my broke my necklace and everything. All this broke my watch. All this crazy stuff is happening while I'm at work. And I'm calling them like, y'all know this crazy stuff is happening. They're like, yeah, we know, but that's your job. So figure it out. I'm like, okay, I'm on my own. But by the time it was all said and done, I'm running the shift. I'm running everything on my own. Hey, you do this, you handle this, you do that, da, da, da. Yo, common goal for everybody here is ain't none of us going to the hospital. None of us are taking hospital trips. Yeah. All these clients are staying right here in this building. We're gonna handle everything. You can't handle him, no problem. You give him to me. I'll take it. I'll make sure we're good. You cook, you clean, you do whatever, boom, and we good to go. Next thing you know, they was like, yo, this shift running like clockwork. Now everybody want to work with Brad. Yeah. Everybody want to be on the same shift as Brad. Then it's turning into, you got the higher ups that's coming to me, calling me like, hey, Brad, how are things going with such and such? And how are things going on the shift? And this, that, and the other. Do you think they're a good fit? Can you train him? Can you train her? This, that, and the other. You know what, Brad? How would you feel about running an entire house?
Wow.
All because I decided that I wasn't going to allow the situation to break me and that I was going to make the most out of the opportunity that was presented to me. I took full advantage of the opportunity when the opportunity wasn't presented. So it created another opportunity.
And listen, Brad, I've been sitting on the edge of my seat trying not to jump in here, because I'm learning not to do that. In order to be a great communicator, you got to learn how to be quiet and listen sometime, right? So I'm learning how to listen sometime. You get me? Now, Brad, basically what I'm learning from you and what I want to highlight, I like to highlight stuff in case they haven't noticed yet, right? That uncomfortable situation, right? For you who are at that job and you like, man, these guys love their occupation. But we've shared with you that we haven't always loved our occupation. like I told you, just like with Cornelius, I used to work for Rent-A-Center. And before that, I've worked for a job. It was literally called, the department was called refuse control. I was a glorified trash man. Like I traveled the streets and I was picking up dead animals. When they had dead deer, they would call me. Like I was out there supervising cats that had done gotten in trouble. They were doing community service, trying to work off their little probation time. And we out there picking up dead animals and trash. Like it ain't always been a glamorous job. But see, this is what we always should do. Like we always saying but oftentimes when people say but, they finish the sentence with the negative instead of the positive. So we're gonna rearrange your mind right quick. Like, yeah, I was a glorified trash man picking up dead animals, right? Cornelius had an opportunity to get his own store at Rent a Center just because of his work ethic. Like Brad went from trying to keep from running to hospitals and keep these old gentlemen from beating each other up while they were suffering with their mental illnesses to being thrown in the fire with no manager on the shift, and he end up managing the shift. What am I saying? What are we saying to y'all? What are we saying? We're saying is those uncomfortable situations, they create opportunities too. Now we're talking about impact creating opportunity, but those uncomfortable situations that Brad was in, that Cornelius was in, that I was in, right? It created an opportunity to show us who we really were. It created an opportunity to show us our real potential. It gave us an opportunity to do what? I know this finna trip y'all out. It gave us an opportunity to live in purpose. Yeah, this the Live in Purpose podcast. So we found out, guys, that it doesn't matter the title. Like it doesn't matter what uniform you put on, or even if you don't have a uniform. Like all that matters is what's inside of you. Like who are you at the end of the day? Cornelius made it clear it wasn't the job, it wasn't the occupation. Brad came back and said it wasn't the amount of pressure that they put on him. He made a commitment to himself. He made a commitment to God. That's impact because he showed himself that I can honor this commitment. He showed God that you are trustworthy. Cornelius was able to say, you know what? Whatever situation I got to create the opportunity for that I want, even though I'm just passing through this temporary job. It ain't my career. My career choice was here. But guess what? Cornelius thought that the moment that he wanted the opportunity that he wanted, it wasn't even the opportunity that was best for him because now he's living his best life. Now I'm living my best life. We came through and we went into what we went into so that we can go through it. And we came up on the rough side of the mountain, y'all. Some of y'all getting this game, y'all getting this wisdom from us, and y'all getting an opportunity to be wise. But I want you to know that impact creates opportunities. Cornelius, I know you got something else. What's up?
Yes, I want to give it to him real quick. So, man, so it's crazy. So, like, I want you guys to understand that it's not what you do that determines who you are, right? So, the value that I bring, that you know, what I'm saying, the value that my mom instilled in me, the work ethic that my mom instilled in me. I was raised by a single mom, right? And the things that she taught me, I watched her, like, you know what I'm saying, really get it out the mud. Like, and my mama wasn't one of those single parents that just wanted to be a single parent. Like, legit, like, dude didn't show up till I was 19. I never seen his face. So the things that she instilled in me is the reason why I am who I am. But it was always taught to me to, no matter what environment you go in, just give it your best. And everything else will flow to you. And so I never like looked at any job that I was ever at as like, this is my identity, right? This is what I need to do to survive. This is the career I'm going to work at for the rest of my life. I always looked at it, bro. I'm going to go in here. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I got an idea of how long I want to be here, but I'm going to kill it, right? And then and the opportunities will present themselves. But I always had a vision. And then the vision always was tied to how much impact can I have in this amount of time. I plan on being for 3 months, but I'm going to go in here and be the best person they ever seen where they begged me to stay in my 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. When I worked at FedEx, bro, they gave me a 2-year safe driving award. And I didn't know that I had been there for 2 years.
I gave him down grinding.
I gave him my 2-week notice the same day.
Wow.
I never even opened the award. Like when I'm like, bro, my wife didn't even know I never opened it. Like we got ready to move out of the house, she found the award and it was still wrapped. Wow. And she's like, "You never opened this?" I said, "No, they just let me know it was time to go." Like I didn't know that I had been there for 2 years. That wasn't never in my plans. But if you have a plan and you have a vision and you willing to work for whatever it is and you show up and give your best, bro, you can have the world. and you can create your identity. You can create your job, and that's what you see today, like, bro. We just went through it,
Yeah.
like, and it wasn't that we weren't offered money. Like that store that I'd have got, that would have been a nice little salary, guaranteed bread. But then I left and went to the office because that's why I felt like I wanted to go. I didn't even know if I wanted to be there. I was just like, bro, I feel like that they make bread over there and I can climb.
Yeah.
And I just went and gave it my all. When they offered me that supervisor position, I had decided I was leaving and going back to college. They was like, no, Cornelius, I don't think you understand. If you once you get back from school, your salary is gonna be $220,000 a year. Like you finna walk away and go back and play ball? I said, yeah, I'm out.
Wow.
So it wasn't the income that you know what I'm saying that drives me. It's, bro, I'm gonna come in and be the best I possibly can. While I'm here, I just want to add so much value that, you know what I'm saying, like you don't feel like that you wasted time bringing me in here.
Yeah, bro, you different, bro. You different. Like I'm still stuck on the fact that they gave you a 2-year an award for safe driving for 2 years. You never opened the award. All the award symbolized to you was the fact that you had stayed longer than you had intended. And it was an alarm clock, wake up call saying, oh, 2 years, I'm out. Wow. Then you talking about 220K, right? We talking about 6-figure salary. We talking about almost close to $250,000, right? Just so that we got a clear understanding of the type of money and the type of
That was before bonuses. Like bonuses was gonna put me over a quarter.
You see what I'm saying? Sacrifices, work ethic, integrity, purpose, right? Value. Brad, jump off in here because I know you got something that you can add to this route real quick.
Man, I think is something between all of us is that we all became comfortable in chaos.
Yeah.
You start making pain and discomfort your friend. Like you just get used to it. Like that's not normal for like I said, for me to get to the point where I got used to being called the N-word. When I come up to my shifts and stuff like that, I got used to people throwing food at me or trying to fight me or calling me out my name or whatever the case may be, or not being appreciated for the work that I did and all that. The fact that I was keeping people's kids alive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you get comfortable in chaos. Like it's one of those things where I was like, and if I can withstand this, if I can get through this, being an entrepreneur that's nothing. That's nothing. All you did was say no. That don't hurt my feelings. Like I've had plenty of other situations that like I watched people crack, like mentally just break because they just couldn't take it anymore. They couldn't take the constantly being called names, called out of their name, and they called them the N-word and being thrown, is having stuff thrown at them, and people fighting them, putting their hands on them and stuff like that, and ripping their clothes, and like people had to bring extra pairs of clothes to work and stuff like that. Like just the craziest stuff that we had to endure. And I said, I will make this my friend. Yeah. Like my wife would say long before I ended up leaving that job, she was telling me just quit. I was like, well, you the one told me to stay at one place. And she's like, no, but not this place, someplace else. Yeah. Like you can go someplace else. I said, no, I made a promise to you. I made a promise to God that the next opportunity I had, I was going to take full advantage of it. And I was going to make the most of it. And when God sees fit for me to get up, pack up from here and move on to something else, then that's what I'll do. And then guess what happened? COVID came. Yeah. COVID hit. Every one of the clients in the house got COVID except me.
What?
Everybody got COVID except me. So they was like, yo, Brad, you still got to work with them. You got to be hands-on with them. I was like, but I'm going to get COVID. They was like, yeah, well, it's your job, so you have to. I was like, no, I don't. And then that was the sign. That was when I knew God was done, giving out little hints here and there. And he was just like, you're not going to listen to any other way. So I'm going to force you out. It's over, Brad. You did what I asked you to do. The punishment is over. You're putting yourself through more than what I planned for you to put yourself through. So now I have to force you out. But because you were obedient, I'm going to allow you to leave here and be able to thrive.
Yeah. Obedience, Brad. Hey, man, we talking about some different stuff. We talking about some heavy weights over here. We talking about impact, creating opportunity. It was the impact that you made, Brad, because you honored the promise that you made to yourself, the promise that you made to your wife, the promise that you made to God. And you mentioned that the three of us, we all did one thing in common. We found comfort in chaos. Like we got comfortable being uncomfortable. Like you think it was fun having to go pick up dead animals and doing all of that and being thrust in positions, having to do my managers and supervisors' job because nobody would respect the other supervisors on the job because I had to earn it the hard way. But listen, y'all, I'm letting you know that it don't matter what occupation. We letting you know it don't matter what vocation, what goal you have. We want you to know that it's okay for you to be the greatest you, the best you that you can be. We want you to know that it's okay for you to create impact. So those impacts will create more opportunities that will create more opportunities for you. Listen, you have been tuned in to the Live in Purpose podcast. We want to thank you for kicking it with us. We want to shout out everybody that took time to listen to us, that's going to take time to like, subscribe, share these episodes, right? We want to continue to add value to you. But listen, we want you to make sure you never forget to live in purpose. Listen. Y'all already know. Y'all got Cornelius Shackelford, a.k.a. Cornelius the CEO. Yeah, shout out to our brother Logan Taylor in his absence, aka why be normal when you can be extraordinary. Yeah, y'all already know we got Brad Butler II, aka B Rad the Great. And for those of you who don't know, I am DeMont Pope, aka Mr. Purpose over pointless excuses. Yeah, and together we are the Fantastic Force, and this is the Live in Purpose podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same channel. Yeah.